Hello and welcome to a new video. In today's video we're going to take a look at yet another rank 1 in the world team and a legend team at the same time. And of course it's going to feature the most common Pokemon in the current meta, Avalugg. Okay, I don't know why this Pokemon is here. Or maybe now I know why this Pokemon is here. Anyway, this is a team from Blissfully Pogo. This is a team that's currently at number 1 in the world. And this is a team that is one of the earliest legend teams. But like, why? Like, honestly, why? Because someone was thinking a little bit outside of the box, apparently, and used the Avalugg in a team that actually worked out so well. When I saw this team, I actually saw it yesterday already. I was like, do I showcase this one? No, like, that must be a meme. Like, that must be a team that actually they just put there for people to be like, yeah, okay, that's a troll or whatever. Then the leaderboards updated. Then they were at rank 1 in the world. And I was like, maybe it isn't. Maybe it isn't a troll. Because, sorry, I did not expect that Avalugg would have play in the current meta. I just didn't. I honestly didn't expect that Avalugg had any play. But we see already in the first battle, we win with all 3 Pokemon, and Avalugg did the most of it. And Avalugg is such an interesting Pokemon and such a smart way of playing this current meta. Again, Blissfully Pogo there, shout out to you. Honestly, what a cool play there. Basically, what they realized is that Ice-type Pokemon are absolutely fantastic in the current meta. But the main way Ice-type Pokemon currently being played is not at all, really. Like, you have, like, the odd Bombers now, which kind of struggles with the Grass-typing sometimes as well. Like, it doesn't really help it that much. We have the Ninetales, which is alright as well, but then again, yeah, it doesn't really have a lot of bulk to it. And so what they decided to go for is to go for the Ice Table, which is honestly, I think, maybe even the bulkiest Ice-type Pokemon that is currently available for you to run. But it has updates, of course, recently, like I think a year ago now at this point, with Ice Fang, which is kind of a cool one. Let me see which is the bulkiest Ice-type Pokemon was actually Dugong, Lapras, Regice, Celium, and then Avalugg is going to be the next bulkiest. But you have Ice Fang, which does a lot of house move pressure, which allows it to a lot of times win matchups in the 2-shield scenario. And we're going to see again, like, Avalugg is destroying opponents here. And Avalugg looks so great in the current meta. We're going to see here the Dedenne coming in. We're going to be able to catch the move onto the Gastrodon. And this team actually worked out really well for me. I did play this team while I was nearly falling asleep because I just had my battles still left. I had like a little bit of I was most of the day out yesterday. That's why this video is also a little bit late now. It's just didn't get everything done that I need to get done. But as you can see here, we're going to be able to farm them down. We have to use the shield, but we have the Golurk now against us. We're going to have the Water Pulse now against the Golurk, and the Golurk will go down. And now we have 3 Pokemon left against the Ferret. And what is going to happen now? We're going to go into our Ice Table. That's what's going to happen now. As the opponent lets the move go here, we have still Body Slam Spam, which got buffed this season as well, which makes it so interesting. And I was curious, by the way, about the moveset of Avalugg, because I'm not too sure if this is actually the moveset that they were running. Avalugg has access to an insane amount of cool charge moves. You have Icy Wind as an option, which allows you to drop the attack of opponents, which I could see being actually what they played, but Avalanche definitely worked out quite well here for me as well, doing more damage than the Icy Wind would have done. I think Icy Wind maybe is actually the move that they went for. They would have access to Crunch, which is going to allow you to have coverage against Corsola. They have access to Earthquake, which is going to allow you to have coverage against the Bastiodon. But I assume they went for the Icy Wind, to be fair, now in hindsight, but Avalanche definitely worked out. Avalanche is what Ross recommended, and that's why I went for it. But yeah, what a team it is. Like, what a team it is. I'm just going to check real quick on what, if they say, they had Icy Wind. They had Icy Wind, they now replied as well 3 hours ago. If they had Icy Wind on it, they had Icy Wind on this Pokemon. So, like, my Avalugg is not the exact same Avalugg that they were playing. Doesn't really matter. And we can even maybe talk a little bit about where the difference is going to be here for some of the games. I guess Icy Wind is going to help you out a little bit more in certain scenarios, but you're just going to be able to help your backline out a little bit more as well. Like, you're going to have a backline here as well that is going to have a lot of fast move pressure, and I think that's kind of more the idea of this team, is to have a lot of fast move pressure with the entire team here. So, again, I only know about now that this was actually Icy Wind, but again, I don't think it really matters. Avalanche just allows you to hit harder. Icy Wind allows you to just drop the opponent's attack. And if you win the lead, which I guess a lot of times happens for the Avalugg, having Icy Wind helps out a lot because it's just going to allow you to align your backline a bit easier where the opponent doesn't do as much damage. Here we're actually going to see the Shadow Quillfish, a Pokemon that I still need to showcase, but I need to wait for another Shadow event because I have one with Frustration, which has really great IVs, but That doesn't really help me, does it? But as you can see here, we're going to be able to get rid of this Pokemon as well. We're going to be able to go for another charge move. This is going to be easily enough to knock them out. And with that, we are going to only have the opponent's final Pokemon, the Primeape, which you can knock out as well. And we can move on to the next opponent. Where we're going to have the Talonflame here. I just decided, okay, they swap out, what the hell. What do I do now? I could stay, I could even take a hit here, to be fair. I'm just going to take a hit. I'm going to get out a ton of energy. I guess, again, here, if you have Icy Wind, it's actually such a big difference. I would actually, if I had Icy Wind, I would stay in there, went for the Icy Wind, then maybe stopped out. Like this, it's still going to be alright. We got a little bit of damage onto them. We're going to be able to align our Corsola now, which should have a very solid matchup here as well still. We know that they still have the Talonflame, which doesn't really want to stop in against the Corsola. So I think we're in an okay spot. The Nightshade is coming through here, doing some solid damage. I can still let this move go, I think. I don't really need to shield. It's going to be an Ice Beam. I don't really need to shield at all. And I'm going to go into their Talonflame, which now allows me to go for my charge move, which will be able to get some nice damage onto them. And so I can stop out of here as well into my Avalugg. Go for my Avalanche, which here in this case is going to do a little bit more. This damage would have not done as much there otherwise, so like you would have not been able to knock them out with an Ice Wind, not even close there. But like this, I can knock them out and still have a charge move stored, which you can go for now against the Azumarill here, Avalanche. One of the strongest moves in the game, by the way, like a very, very strong move. It is 90 damage for 45 energy. It's, 2 damage per energy, which is very, very solid for a move that has no drawbacks at all. So, as we will see here, there is going to be the Annihilate against us, and that is going to be the worst kind of matchup that I could have imagined. As we still have the Corsola in the back with only 1 HP, we are not going to be able to do enough damage against them. We had to let the move go, but yeah, that was just close. If I just had a little bit more health on my Corsola, I would have been actually fine here to win this battle. But this one is, we can move on now to the next one, which is going to run a Corsola as well. And I can go ahead and just play this matchup out for a tiny bit, because what I can do next is I can just go ahead and go for the Avalanche. Avalanche is going to do a lot of damage. I know it's not going to do enough damage so to knock them out. And so what we have to do is we have to catch the move here. We have to catch the rock move onto our ground type Pokemon, barely hitting us at all with it, which is perfect. And so we can go for the matchup now against the Blastoise. And also this should be alright. We can just spam those moves against them. Like that is going to be okay. As we will see here, we're going to have the No Shield coming in as well. This is going to be the Hydro Cannon. With that, we can just go for hopefully another Body Slam soon. As we see here, though, we let the move go. And I want to get energy on my Corsola. I'm going to let the move go through as well on my Corsola, because I kind of think that is the best play that I can do here. This is going to do still some solid damage, but I need to kind of keep the shield just in case. We don't know what they have in the back yet. Blastoise was quite brutal here. And as you see here, it's going to be the Annihilate. And this was a great play then for me, because I think I still have a charge move stored also on my Avalugg. And from this range already, the Avalanche is absolutely going to be enough to knock them out. Avalanche would mostly do around like 70% of the opponent's health. And as you can see already, we have a lot of damage onto them. And we could just go for our own charge move. And this is going to allow us to get the final shield. We stop out straight away, go for the Avalanche, get that KO. And with that, we're going to be able to win this battle here again. And again, the ice table is taking those KOs here. Honestly, I'm surprised on how good the ice table actually is. I did not expect that this Pokemon would be that great, but it is honestly a very good Pokemon to run. Again, here Icy Wind, for example, would be very good. Icy Wind would have been kind of more of a no-brainer, doing less damage than against us, which would be cool. Here, I'm still going to be able to win the Zero Shield scenario, which I'm totally happy with. I can go for the Avalanche. Now I can get energy on my Corsola, which is going to help me out for the next matchup. Of course, I'm going to be forced to use a shield here. That's a super effective Shadow Punch coming from a Shadow Dusknoir with a stab and everything. But we're going to be able to go for the Power Gem now against the opponent's Flyer, which is not ideal, though, to face this Pokemon at all, because we just don't have a great answer for that one yet. But as you can see, there is going to be the Fly coming in. We have now still the Body Slam, mostly getting the shield from the opponent. That is absolutely fantastic for us as well. And as you can see, we are going to have here now our Garstyle mostly taking the hit. We're mostly going to go down from it though. Brave Bird is going to knock us. And that's now down to point against Corsola. We're most likely not going to be able to win this. While we should be able to still survive this hit, we're not going to be able to do enough damage against them. And so that's going to be a good game. We are going to be able to still go for a charge move here, but that's not going to do enough. It's just not going to do enough damage here, sadly. And so, yeah, we're going to see here. We're going to move on to the next one. And this is going to be up against Ninetales, interestingly enough. So, in comes now the Credilli. This is actually a very solid matchup for our Gastrodon, funnily enough. It depends on what they're going to do here, though. If they're going to decide to go for the Grass Knot and I no shield, I go down, but they go for the grass and I shield, and so we're going to have a lot of pressure now against them. We even put them into range where they can go for a body slam, and that's perfect. That's absolutely perfect. That's going to allow us here now to go ahead and swap out into that Corsola. This is going to be a Grassner coming through, going to get some solid damage onto us, and we have here again that Morpeko coming in. We're gonna have a charge move coming through. That would do enough damage most likely to knock them, but we're gonna see, of course, the shield coming up. Morpeko a little bit tricky here for this scenario we're in. You have to let the move go. We still, of course, have that option of going for the... I actually will go for the ice table here because we can still... Most I even take a hit here. I think I'm gonna let it go here. Like, ice table has a lot of bulk. Ice table can still take it. Ice table is going to be able to take that hit. We still have moves out here as well. The body slam we can stop out against at 90 hits. And now it's down to our Gastrodon against whatever they have in the back. It's going to be the Curdilly. And with that, we are going to be able to just win this battle, as the Ninetales is not going to have any chance here at all whatsoever. And so, yeah, good game to the opponent. We can move on to the next one. We will face the Bastion against the Ice Table. Bastion is, of course, going to be a bit of a wall there. What we can do is we can go into our Corsola, because we have still our other hard ends in the back. That's what we kind of need. We just need to keep our Gastrodon alive there. But as we will see here, we're going to have the Stone Edge coming through from the opponent, doing some solid damage. But we can just play out the matchup a little bit. We can play out the matchup. I don't know if I want to use a shield or not. I am going to be able to go for a charge move here again. We're going to have a very much like slow matchup here. And we can still even reach another one time. So at this point, I don't think I want to use a shield against them. They're still going to be forced to go for a charge move against me though. And so I'm kind of happy on how things have went here. I can just let this move go. I don't think I need to shield at all. Stone just coming through. I can farm them down in time before they can go for another charge move. And now I have some energy on my Gastrodon. They know my entire team though, and they're going to reveal that they have the Jellicent in the back. I have to go for the Water Pulse because I have no charge moves anymore left that are going to be able to hit this Pokemon for super effective damage, or even neutral damage. And so I have to go kinda and try to play around here. I was hoping that they have something in the back that our Gastrodon is good against, but as you can see, the Annihilate coming in here, we have no play against this Pokemon. We have to move on to the next opponent. Let's see who we're going to have next year. We're going to have the Dusknoir, which is interesting. We're going to be able to use a shield here, of course. That is the best way of playing that. And the Shadow Punch is coming through. We're going to have another charge move coming up here as well next. And with that, we are going to have the shield coming up from the opponent. Again, with ICU and DH, just dropped the attack from them, which is cool. And in comes the Togekiss. Togekiss is going to be a bit more of a trickier one as well. As we will see here, the opponent is going to decide to... let the move go. They can go for a charge move. It is going to do some solid damage against us. But as we will see here, we are going to be able to just go ahead and let this move go. We can farm them down with our Ice Table. Ice Table is coming in. We get the farm them done before they can get to any other charge move. As the Dusknoir is going to come in here, I kind of have to let the move go because I need the fast move pressure in order to knock them out with the Corsola. They give me some energy here, which is lovely, and they don't even reach another charge move in time, and now it's down to the Gastrodon. I'm not too sure if they have a charge move stored already on the Dusknoir. That's going to be a close matchup here at all. We're going to have a charge move coming in, and we would be able to put them down to a range where I can knock them out afterwards, but as you see here, we're going to shield up the Water Pulse. They would have done a lot of damage, and we're gonna... Here, this, by the way, where I kind of misplay. I wasn't fully awake there, and what we see here is that I should have just went ahead and went for the full farm down, which would have been a way wiser play, and I realized it immediately as I looked up again, but I just played this game too late. Sorry, that is me playing too late there. I could have played it way better. We're going to have a great matchup here, though, for the final battle. So yeah, what do you think about this team so far? This is an interesting team, in my opinion. I think it's a team that has a lot of play in the current meta. I think Avalugg has a lot of play there as well. I think if I had played it a little bit better in certain matchups, I would have been better off as well. And again, we're not actually having the correct moveset here as well on this Pokemon. So it's not really the best showcase directly for that one. I think ICU definitely would help out in the certain matchups for this Pokemon as well. Like if you win the lead matchup, for example, you're just going to have a little bit more play there. So yeah, as you're going to see, we have the Power Gem coming in. We're going to be able to knock them out. And in comes the Avalugg against the Stunfisk. We have two good answers still against the Stunfisk, so I'm not really too worried about it. That's why I swapped out of there as well, out of that matchup. We can go for a charge move, and apparently they're most likely a little bit weak to us, as we have here the shield coming up from ourselves. That is fine. And this is going to be okay. We can go for another Avalanche against them. This is going to knock them out, and we have to see what they're going to have in the back here. It is going to be that Fiero, and this looks kind of good for us because now we can go for the Body Slam. The Body Slam is going to very likely get the shield here, but we still have the Gastrodon, and Gastrodon can knock them out with just 1 Water Pulse, and I know I can still take a hit, and know they shouldn't be able to pace up to 3 charge moves in time. Drill Peck is coming through. We're going to have another Drill Peck coming through, and I don't think there's a way even possible where they can get still to another charge move at this point. And so Water Pulse is going to finish up the final battle. Thanks so much for watching. See you in the next one, and yeah, have a great day. Bye-bye.